If you guys were to visit one of those lesser known European countries, what would it be? Like no UK, no France, no
Romania.
Spain, no Italy.
I was about to ask if Romania that's European, right? I mean,
That is
probably Romania.
What?
I want to see the old country. I want to see. I want to see.
Yeah.
I want to see some fucking. I want to see a castle. I want to see. I want to see some fucking scary.
You go to Romania for the castles
and the.
I want to go to Poland, and I don't know well, but I just feel like Poland's going to have the spectrum between like major metropolis cities that impress you and untouched like landscape and castles,
countryside.
Yeah, it's going to have it all.
I was actually thinking Poland as well as one of the less visited ones. Seems like a beautiful country. They actually have way more castles than Romania, Kyle. So if you're going,
their economy is booming and has been for a few decades. I think that Poland is one of like the failed previous Soviet states, but that is out of date thinking. That's like childhood Woody. If you look now, they're one of the most successful European,
and
countries.
they're very prideful. They're very nationalistic. Like they're one of the few European countries that's like, no, we actually don't want Algerian. Fuck off. Like, no, we will stay Polish. Like they're hardcore about that. Very anti-immigration. They want to stay Polish. They want to do that, maintain their national identity, I guess you would say. But they're also gigantic, like in terms of European countries. And so there would be so much to see all around Poland. Whereas Romania is not a small country, you know, in the scheme of Europe. But other than hanging out with gypsies, Kyle, what are you going to do? Like
the gypsy keep me busy. I'm gonna do some coursing. I'm gonna do that thing where they bet on whether the dog's gonna catch the hares, like I saw in
it's lots of fun game with the gypsies, like get your wallet back.
You'll never get this.
Lots of fun traditions like sewing your pockets before you leave the hotel.
I'll be all right. I see that. So France is pretty comparable. France has 3.4 trillion GDP. Texas is 2.9 trillion. Texas is the world's 9th biggest economy, to be fair. Texas has a bigger economy than Italy, Russia, Canada, Brazil, Spain, Mexico, all those countries.
Damn, even Russia, huh?
How's Texas compared to California? Smaller,
California
right?
has the world's 4th largest economy at $4.3 trillion. They are only topped by Germany, China, and the United States of America. And Germany is 5 trillion and California is 4.4 trillion. So not leaps and bounds ahead. Then obviously you do leap ahead with China's 19.4 trillion and our 30.5 trillion.
But then also go GDP per capita, right? Like even though Germany's a bit bigger than California, the GDP per capita is more impactful. Like Germany has what, 85 million people, almost 90 million people. California does not have 90 million people. And so like the average Californian is a lot wealthier than the average German.
Makes sense.
Another win for the USA.
Hey, freedom.
Another win.
I wonder where Iran is going. Do you think Pete Hegseth will get fired?
Like AOC says, like only the women who are incompetent get fired in the Trump administration. The men get 2nd, 3rd, and 4th chances.
Yes, Queen.
So far, my wife says stuff like
views
that
are more aligned with yours than almost any other politician you can name.
I don't like her views on immigration, but I do like her views on the Middle East. Like, I agree in staying out of that.
And you know, she'd probably give us all health care if she could, and like not give it to us, but just have us pay for it all together rather than one at a time, so that we can be picked apart like the zebra who left the fucking crowd.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pro universal healthcare. Have been for a long time.
I don't know. Mexico is introducing universal healthcare. You know how embarrassing it is that both of our neighbors, we're just looking at their economies. They don't compare to to a couple of our states. All those places have universal healthcare. I don't understand why.
Will it be good in Mexico?
I don't know.
Will it be like good healthcare?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you saw Wings went down there, had good results. So did Boogie. They have these like in Tijuana.
Maybe they didn't get all the stitches.
That's on him. That's on him. like he beat the surgery on his own. That surgery was perfectly well done. He didn't get septic or anything scary, which is what we thought was going to happen, or what I thought was going to happen. When I heard he was getting like a full blown put you under bariatric surgery in Mexico, I was genuinely worried about him. I was like, I feel like you're flipping a coin here.
Gambling with your life.
I feel like bariatric
probably
surgery
racist.
there is actually one of the things, like dental stuff, that they kind of like in and out, like grind people through, right?
Mhm.
If I had like a dangerous tumor on my pancreas or something, I want some U.S. doctor taking care of that. But if you
But
just
if
need
my
new teeth,
hairline needed a touch up, I'd go to Turkey.
yep.
Oh, is that where you go? I've heard that.
Oh,
If it's
you
not
were
ours, it'd be
wondering.
Japan's, right?
Britain was who it was going to
Oh,
go
really?
to. It
But
seemed.
they don't have a geographic claim like U.S.
They
and
did.
Japan do.
No, well, that never stopped them before.
I hear you. But I'm thinking about, like, would they have staying power to keep it? Would they? How could they defend Hawaii from England? That'd be a tough.
They
one.
had all those islands prior to World War II.
Japan
Yeah,
has
they-
enough islands. We were due. We need some islands.
I remember
That's
just being a
why
kid being confused about.
when Seward did
Poor Josh.
I'm sorry, I talked over you. I was
No,
going to say
we're good.
when Seward did the deal for Alaska, one of the main reasons that Russia liked the deal was that they were afraid that the Brits were going to move into Alaska because they were already in Canada. And they were way more worried about the Brits than they were the fledgling Americans. So they were happy to sell all of Alaska for like $7.5 million. It works out to a little less than 2 cents per acre or something like that.
Golly. Isn't Alaska like deceptively big too? Is that the biggest state?
It is 1/3 the size of the continental United States. It is double the size of Texas.
I was going to say it whoops Texas then. Golly, double Texas. It doesn't look like that when you just look at a map, the distortion or whatever.
It does, right? When you look at a map, they overestimate the size because it's in the North Pole ish.
Oh yeah, I guess that would be where the
Right?
whoop
You
is.
drag it down, it gets a little smaller.
It's
I
still
thought it was
massive, though.
crazy that we
Yeah.
had
Brazil's
taken.
the same size as the U.S. I didn't know that till I looked at one of those maps that adjust the other day, and you like slide Brazil up over the continental U.S. Roughly the same size. I think it's a little bigger.
I didn't know that either. I
No,
thought we were
we're-
like fucking massive. Only a couple countries comparable.
We're bigger than Brazil.
But not by,
If
like,
we
a ton,
are,
huh?
it's not by very much at all. Like it's almost identical.
Damn, that's
Is
wild.
isn't it? It's Russia, Canada, U.S., China, and then I guess Brazil.
Yeah, see what I mean?
Damn, yeah. Looks like you got very comparable size.
Yeah,
To
but
the
we
lower
got
48.
that
That's true.
that Alaska.
Yeah, Alaska's
yeah.
what's
Alaska's
sliding you
gonna
into.
win it for us.
But
Man,
it
there's
is
a lot
pretty
bigger than I
comparable to
thought,
the
though.
lower 48. Like it, you see how we drag it north and it like.
Mhm.
Can you drag Alaska to the lower 48, Zach?
Oh, I'd love that because it's as big as like from the Mississippi to the east.
Alaska is gigantic.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
way bigger like that. Yeah,
But it-
swamps, Texas.
It's a lot bigger than Texas, but not as big as it looks when it's in place.
Yeah, true. That's how Russia gets that
Yes.
enormous looking country. Even though, like, let's be Russia's
too.
enormous. Yeah, Canada as well. And Canada's also hanging their hat. There's a lot of ice up there. Are we counting the ice?
Uninhabitable
If you
land.
think of Canada as the strip that's populated above America, it's a lot smaller.
Yeah.
But
That's where like 98% of the population lives, right? It's
something
basically
like
right
that.
along that border right there.
Mhm. But they have resources up north of it.
Do you guys ever look at? Maybe this is just me, but I think lots of people do this. Do you ever just spend time scrolling around, looking at maps, trying to remember where I'll like close my eyes and be like, all right, can I remember in order the north coast of Africa, or can I
No,
like,
that's
remember
not what I
the?
do.
Or, oh no, you guys don't do that.
You know what
Nah.
I do? I'll go to some place like a major city in Mongolia and just go down to like street view and stuff and try to imagine life there.
Now we know the capital of Mongolia, obviously Ulaanbaatar. They only have about 3.5 million people there, and it's like the 5th biggest country in the world. It's crazy.
I
Really?
really do study
Yeah.
the maps.
Yeah, Mongolia is sick. I think they have like 2 paved roads in all of Mongolia,
Wow.
and like one of them is like mostly surrounding like it's mostly dirt paths and like pressed nonsense. It's not a
Is it
real
Possible
real
you're
path.
out of date?
It's an agrarian society.
I could be out of date.
Because
But I'm pretty sure.
here's where I'm coming from. There was a movie called Long Way Round where Ewan McGregor and Charlie Boorman took their motorcycles from Scotland and then just went east and across Mongolia and Russia and etc. And it inspired like a whole bunch of people. But like people who want to like do it now, it's not the same thing because it's paved or something pseudo paved, like where they take a dirt road and treat it with something. So they didn't actually roll in like asphalt, but it's asphalt comparable.
I'm looking at this. They have a very limited network of paved roads with estimates ranging from 5,000 kilometers to 10,000 kilometers out of the total road network, which exceeds 100,000 kilometers.
Oh,
so like
shit.
best case scenario, 5 to 10% of roads in Mongolia seem to be paved.
But I think that central area there, their capital, Ulaanbaatar, I think that's their only city with largely paved roads. Like all the rest, I don't think are like mostly paved.
I did it with Greenland recently, because Trump was threatening to invade. And I was like just sort of zooming in their cities and like, what is it like here? What is the life like for a Greenlander? I find that's interesting.
They're all on the coasts. No one's on the big ice block, which I guess, it's one of those things that as soon as you see it on the map, you're like, duh. Like, but you don't think about it that way. You think there's probably a city in the middle, but yeah, Greenland's pretty cool. We should have it. But then again, we're also being tricked. Like we were saying with the map, we think it's way bigger than it is.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, can you do that first? Can you drag Greenland to the lower 48? I want to see what we're looking at.
It's still going to be monstrous, but
I bet. Do you think it's bigger than?
I bet it's like half the size of the East Coast.
It's bigger than Alaska, isn't it?
That would surprise me, but I don't know geography.
I think it's bigger. They're both way up north, so they both get the same. What is it? The mercurial map? I forget what the map is called. The mercurial projection, something close to that.
That's it. So the whole East Coast, and then some.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Yeah, that's massive. And I think we checked that would put us over Russia.
Really?
Really?
I think by if we added that square mileage, we would then be number one.
And the shape is different than it is in my mind. I guess when you drag it up north, the top of it gets wider. See? Look at that.
But have you ever seen the non-mercurial or whatever Mercator map? That's what it is.
Mercator, okay.
I've seen that, and I'm like, I don't like this. This isn't right. This isn't what I imagine the world to be. I don't like this. We have to go back to the old one.
No.
Should we switch over to the metric system? It's kind of in the same vein. I think we should. I think we should drop this whole. I keep Fahrenheit. Leave that the same. I want Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit's so much better.
But I want to go to milliliters and kilograms and kilometers. It really is a better system.
It's a lower number if you weigh yourself in kilograms.
That's true.
But Celsius people, you're just wrong.